Happy birthday, Galileo!
Hey there, stargazers. I'm Dean Regas, astronomer for the Cincinnati Observatory.
And I'm James Albury, director of the Kika Silva Plot Planetarium in Gainesville, Florida. Fellow stargazer Marlene Hidalgo will join us to help you find your way around the sky. We're so nerdy here at Stargazers that we have favorite astronomers.
Speak for yourself. I'm not that, okay, who am I kidding? I am that nerdy too.
And our most favorite astronomer has a birthday coming up.
Galileo Galilei, telescope pioneer, prover of the heliocentric system, observer of the mountains of the moon, sunspots, phases of Venus, moons of Jupiter, and ears of Saturn.
Ears?
Yeah, we'll get to that later. Anyway, Galileo would be 450 years old this year.
And we want to show you how you can recreate his observations from your own backyard.
Let's show you. Galileo was born February 15th, 1564 in Pisa, Italy. The night he was born, the planet Venus was visible just after sunset in the west with a crescent moon up above it. Over in the east, the planets Jupiter and Saturn were making a nice little conjunction. Galileo would grow up to study these four objects extensively with his homemade telescopes.
Galileo didn't invent the telescope, but legend has it that an assistant merely told him what one looked like, and Galileo built one himself in under 24 hours. Okay, we now have our sky set up for this February 10th at 8 p.m. looking high in the southeast. We'll be having our own little conjunction of the waxing gibbous moon with the bright planet Jupiter.
Imagine being one of the first people to ever look through a telescope. You would see wonders no human eye had ever seen. When Galileo looked through his telescope at the moon, he saw something like this. He remarked, "It is like the face of the earth itself, which is marked here and there with chains of mountains and depths of valleys."
When he looked at Jupiter up close, he saw something completely unexpected. 4 stars always seemed to hang around it in a line. On certain days, there would be 1 on one side and 3 on the other. Sometimes they were split 2 and 2, and other times there were 4 on the same side.
Galileo figured out these were moons that orbited the giant planet. After watching them for 1 season, he even computed their orbits. Io goes around Jupiter every 42 hours. Europa circles around every 3.5 days. Ganymede takes a little over 7 days, and Callisto orbits once in a little under 17 days.
Now we've switched the sky a bit. We're facing southeast just before sunrise. It's about 6 a.m. and we're looking for Venus. She's easy to find since she's the brightest star-like object in the sky.
Galileo's observations of Venus proved Copernicus right. When he looked at Venus through his telescope, he saw that it wasn't a perfect circle. It had phases like the moon. And as he watched it month after month, the phases changed.
Not only that, but when Venus was a crescent, it was larger than when it was almost full.
Aha! This was proof that Venus went around the sun, not around the Earth. It got larger and more crescent-shaped when it was closer to us and almost between us and the sun.
And it was fuller and smaller when on the opposite side of the sun.
Saturn is also up at 6 a.m. this February. It's about halfway up in the southern sky, looking like a bright yellow star. It'll make a nice triangle with the fainter stars Zubin el-Shamali and Zubin el-Janubi.
Galileo's telescope wasn't quite good enough to see Saturn clearly. As he squinted and squinted, he did notice something strange in the image.
He wrote, "Saturn has ears."
What he was seeing, just barely, were Saturn's rings. To him, they looked like ears sticking out of Saturn's face. It wasn't until 50 years later that astronomers had good enough telescopes to say for certain, yep, Saturn has rings around it.
So, in honor of Galileo's 450th birthday, we have Jupiter in the evening sky,
And Venus and Saturn just before dawn.
And if you have a telescope, aim at these 4 objects and pretend you're Galileo, seeing the wonders of the universe for the first time. Keep looking up.